Woo! We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for stopping by on this evening. This is Dear World Christian After Dark. So every now and then, I just want to talk about something that's not necessarily a heavy topic. It might be just a fun topic. It might be a topic that just gets, has a lot of feedback and so on and so forth. And so tonight, fun topic and a topic that just, hey, I'm glad you got something to say. All right. So I know you've seen it. The young lady that did not want to go to Cheesecake Factory on her first date. And man, I have found that there are a lot of people commenting on it, but I didn't hear many Christians discussing it. Now, I know we don't want to be caught up in the malaise of the goyim and what's going on out here in every little nook and cranny of culture, because a lot of the time it's foolishness. And this one is a foolishness. However, I just thought it would be fun for a Christian perspective on the cheesecake date fiasco. First of all, I admit I haven't watched every single video that's out there. So, of course, I'm sure there's probably some Christians that have discussed it. So shout out to you all. Second of all, I just want to have some fun. So this one's going to be, we're going to look at this video and we're going to look at the initial video. And I got some other little surprises for you, something that taken in a different angle, because the young lady and the young man did do a podcast on a show. Oh, by the way, they're here in Atlanta. Atlanta must be stopped. Okay. Atlanta be wilding out. I am so apologetic to everybody out there in the interweb streets. Atlanta, we can do better than this. We really, really can. Because I'm kind of wondering, like, what Cheesecake Factory were they at? I'm kind of wondering. But anyway, we're going to talk about that as well. But this is just meant to be fun. This is not a heavy topic. I do want to point out some things that I think Christians can discuss and have a voice in this conversation. So we don't have to be like, oh, well, that's not talking about Christ, so we can't address it. No, actually we can. And there's quite a bit. There's quite a few breadcrumbs, if you will, that we can discuss related to this topic and bring it back to the gospel even, which I think would be fun. So thank you so much for tuning in with me tonight. I am doing something special. My coach told me that I need to work on doing live streams more frequently. I said, sure, no problem. So he said, you need to do live streams a lot more. So that's why I did one yesterday. I did one today. I'm probably not going to do one tomorrow because I have a deacons meeting, but don't be surprised if you see me again before the weekend's out. I have to work on doing live streams. So there it is. If you want to help me out, please feel free to support me or buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description. I'll also drop it in the chat as well. So I'm going to real quick send you all a shout out. Thank you so much. Tina is in the building. Good to see you, sister. Yeah. And my question for you was, is cheesecake a bad first date? I just wonder. Hey, Marshall, good to see you, brother. I think yours is the first Christian video that I've saw speaking on this subject. Okay, well, praise God. To God be the glory. I hope that I can help add some flavoring, if you will, to this discussion, because I don't think Christians should shy away from having these conversations. We've preached the gospel, we share the gospel, we're evangelizing, but then also I think we should get in here and roll up our sleeves and get into the mess sometimes. And this one's a mess. And again, I apologize to everybody about Atlanta. We must be stopped. Atlanta must be stopped. Okay. Yo, I thought, hey, look, when I was in college, Cheesecake Factory was the high echelon. I was broke in college too. Let's just be honest. But Cheesecake Factory was the bomb when I was in college. I know I got hoity-toity and kind of stuck my nose up after a while. But like, if it was like 5 or 6 years ago, we took my mom there for Mother's Day. And I was like, man, Cheesecake Factory is great. It still was good food. It was fantastic food. I don't understand. Now, granted, yes, it is a chain. And we're going to talk about that as well. There's a lot of stuff we got to talk about. There's a lot of good stuff we're going to talk about. I know, like, when my wife and I met, our first date was it Applebee's? Wait, our first date was at, man, don't tell her I forgot. Don't tell Lady Dear World Christian I forgot. I know we used to go to Applebee's all the time. And I know now Applebee's is not high hoity-toity at all. No question about that. But, I mean, somebody take you out on the first date? This is just bananas. I'm sorry. These modern women, I'm sorry. Atlanta modern women, This must be stopped. This must be stopped. All right. Yeah, I mean, I started, Marshall says Cheesecake Factory is expensive. What's she talking about? I, and I don't think it's only just that it's expensive. I think that it's actually good food. I mean, I've never heard anybody say the Cheesecake Factory was bad food. Never, until now, of course. But no, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So I want to discuss this. This is going to be fun. Applebee's was a great date night. Yeah, I mean, thank you, it's serving. Cheesecake Factory, yum. I would have it. I would have loved it. I mean, and I feel sorry for this young lady. And we're going to talk about that as well. Good to see you, Tina. Because I think I found another, okay, so I have the video of the young lady live streaming her first date, which was weird already. So that's already red flag number one. But I have another young lady who addressed her and gave her some real words of wisdom. And I just found it like literally before I hit play. So there is a little bit of language, but hopefully you all will be gracious to me and allow me to play it. Because she says two bad words, but hopefully you all will understand that the point that she's making is spot on the money. But then also, I'm going to pull up the menu for the restaurant that the man was going to take her to. So she wanted to rob that man's pockets. Okay. Let's just say it like that. She came for all the money. She came to stick them up. So what is going on? Red velvet cake, cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory says 82. Play her sister response. What's her sister response? What is that? I found one that was really good. I don't know which that one is, 82, but let me know quick. Exactly. She was supposed to go to another restaurant with him. So she was mad. Like, she should have been mad because the other restaurant was, now granted, the other restaurant was it's a four. When you pull it up on Google, it's got $4 signs. That's the highest expensive restaurant. That's like the big chop houses and the big steak houses. So he was going to sink some money. He was going to drop $400 or $500 that night if you want to think about it, because the meals were not cheap. What's wrong with me? Yeah, that was really weird. Like, she was live streaming it. That was already like super. She wouldn't have got in the car. I'm gonna tell you right now. Jason was not waiting for an hour. We're going to talk about that as well. Like, we're not going to talk. I wouldn't have been waiting for an hour because everybody who knows me already knows that I'm always early somewhere. So if the date was at 4:00, I was already there at 3:30. So I've been waiting for 90 minutes. Let me tell you, that would never have happened. The hitman would not have been there for that long. It wouldn't have happened. I'd have just said, girl, I'll catch you on another. It would never happen. That's just real. I never heard anyone complain about Cheesecake Factory. I mean, really, like, I think anyway. Now, on the extended version where she sat down with another podcaster and talked about it, she's talking about her girlfriends, how they wouldn't have let her live it down, that she went on a date with Cheesecake Factory. Your girlfriends are still going to be cat mamas. Your girlfriends are going to be living by themselves. You let them dummies ruin your relationship. I mean, it was crazy. And they here in Atlanta, man, we got to be stopped. It was real. She was real quiet at the end. Oh, yes, she was. Yes, she was. Our first proper date was the night my hubby proposed. That was 15 years ago. Amen. There we go. I proposed to my wife at a restaurant called 181 Cortlandt Street. And the funny thing is, when the restaurant closed, I ran by and got the rug from the out front of the restaurant, and the rug is in our garage, and we use that as our step down in our garage. But okay, let's go. Her sister responded saying, if a guy pays for a date with a credit card, he's broke. You know what? That woman, she gonna be a cat mom. I got some things to say about her. I ain't saying she's a gold digger, but let's be honest. It was all her fault. She made them miss it. Absolutely. She was late. My man said the reservation was for 5:00. He got there at 4:00. He told her to be there at 4:00. So he probably was early, the way he sound. And she wasn't ready for an hour. So he said when they left, it was already time for their reservation. And Aria, you're not getting up in there. If you got a reservation, you better be there on time. She ain't dealing with nobody broke. I think the guy had bank, and we're going to talk about that as well. I easily, when I looked at this, when I looked at what they serve and I compared it to somewhere like one of the major chop houses that my family likes to go to, I'm like, yeah, easily. These are easily $100 plates, easily. And I mean, I'm not certain because they don't print their they don't print their prices on their menu. But I was just comparing it to places that I've been that are similar to. And let me tell you, I think it was gonna be a mess. She ain't dealing with nobody broke. Come on, yeah, she wasn't. Good to see you, Shara. Thank you so much for stopping by. I just want to have fun. I just want to have a good time talking about this. I know you all have seen it, so we're gonna watch it together. The guy was driving a car with a double glass roof. Come on, there you go. I think the guy had money. I ain't gonna lie. He looks like somebody, especially when you hear his story. His family is traditionally from India. He sounds like they encourage him to be successful. He sounds like he had money. He just don't flash it. So he might have been paying with a credit card, but that credit card might have been gold. That credit card had an $80,000 limit on it. That credit card is a good credit score attached to it. Stuff like that. She missed out. She missed out. She fumbled the bag, as the kids like to say. I'm late, so I'm not sure what's going on. Shar, we're just talking about the young lady in the Cheesecake Factory, the Cheesecake Factory date lady. I like Stony River. Oh, Stony River's a great one too. I heard about that. Yep. I've never been there, but I've heard good things about it. Yeah, I'm easily believing. No, I truly believe like Aria is on the same level as Bones and Hal's steak shop. Hal's chop shop. Chop house. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Here, I'm gonna just pull it up real quick. Yeah, it doesn't look like this place was cheap at all by any measure. Let me say that to the end. So therefore, that's why I say that I'm pretty sure if they're on the level with Bones be selling $175 steaks by mistake. So I'm pretty sure if they're on level with Bones, then they would have easily spent $300-$400 easily. The drinks were already $20-$30 just to start. And he said he wanted to sit down and have drinks before they had dinner. So we're talking about he would have been in at least $50-$60 just on drinks alone, easily. The credit card didn't have a limit, she said. Well, he got a limit on this date. So let's go talk about it. All right, y'all might have seen this. I want to just real quick. She giving us a whole lot as it relates to her dress. So let's just I think we can all handle that. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, wait up. Hold on. Okay. The fact that she's live streaming the date, that should have already gave him all the warning he needed. Like she's styling while he's driving.
Almost there.
She's literally live streaming while he's driving to take her on the date. Like that should have already gave him all the red flags he needed. He should have said, you know what? Something just came up. I got to take you home. Because she's literally live streaming or FaceTiming while they're on the date. Was she going to sit there the whole night, do that? That's craziness. Yeah. Atlanta 82 says the money he was going to spend is probably a drop in the bucket. I agree. I don't think that's a lap too far. He seemed like a gentleman that had means, if you will, and such of that nature. So yeah, that dress was a huge red flag. There's a lot of red flags in this. She missing the upper half of her dress. She was giving him a whole lot. And I'm just gonna say this real quick because I'm not a very colorful guy, as y'all can see. I'm pretty bland. If my wife walked out of the house in a green dress with purple lipstick, my wife is going back in the house. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. That is not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a pretty look. I don't know if that's a sundress or whatever, but that's not a good look. But that's beside the point. That's her flavor. Then that's just what it's going to be. But the hitman was not feeling the dress at all. Yeah, interior of the car. Marshall's eyes are on point. Marshall got it. Like, yeah, that's not a chump car. That does not look like a chump car. I don't know what car it is, but it doesn't look like a chump mobile at all. So she missed out, all because who went to now. Let's continue. Let's get this going because let's go.
To find some parking.
Who's she smiling at? Who's she smiling at?
Oh my god.
Like, come on. Who are you waving at? No talking to the man. And she fronting him off on the fact that he's taking her to Cheesecake Factory. Now, I do think, now, to say something constructive about this young man, which, by the way, I think he handled himself like a champ. He handled himself extremely well. I do think he should have told her from the get-go, like, hey, we missed our reservations. We're going to have to go somewhere else. I do think he should have probably said that. But now, granted, again, I wouldn't have been there for 90 minutes. That's just not going to happen. I would not have been waiting there for an hour. It just wasn't going to happen. So you can give it up, turn it loose. So since he did wait that long, he should at least say, hey, by the way, we missed our reservations. We're going to have to go to Cheesecake Factory, whatever. Or we're going to have to go somewhere else. But I don't know if he was trying to keep it a secret. He was just trying to surprise her, whatever like that. Those are all cool. I do think he should have just said something. That would have been that's my only little pushback on him. But I think everything else was above board. And even my little pushback is a gentle push because I think he handled it like a champ, considering how disrespectful and out of pocket she was. Let's go.
Nothing. I'm just talking to my girls.
Are you talking to your girls about what? You're on a date. Why are you talking to somebody else when you're on a date? See, she rude and disrespectful.
Tell them I said hi.
No.
Yeah.
Let me just get the door for you.
Okay.
Now, I think this is not the first. This is probably like the fifth thing that she did wrong. She should have said something right then. When he stopped and you heard that the automatic doors open up, she should have said something like, hey, wait, hold on. But look at how she disrespects him. Like she's smiling saying, okay, but she refused. But watch.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
And she just locked the door. She reached over and locked the door.
Yes.
She literally just said, okay, when he said, I'll go open up your door. And then she says, yes, like he's disturbing her, like he's a Jehovah's Witness knocking on her door on Saturday afternoon. What are you doing?
Would you want me to open the door for you?
Look.
You're recording me?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out. If you know this guy by any chance, I would love to talk to this cat. I would love to talk with this guy and just hear his story, hear his side of the story. We can wrap right here. He lives here in Atlanta, allegedly, because he met her in Midtown. I'll go hang out with the cat. Look, you take me to Cheesecake Factory, Dear Woke Christian will come with my whole camp and we'll get out of the car and you don't even have to open the door, my man. My G.
This is the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, here comes, if you have not heard this yet, I don't know how you haven't. If you have not heard this, I am going to strongly suggest that you're not holding any sharp objects, you're not holding a baby, you're not drinking hot liquids, and you're not operating any farm equipment. Because what she's about to say right here has to be the dumbest thing a human being has said in this situation, bar none. Catch me outside if I'm wrong. All right. Please prepare yourselves if you have not heard this. I got backed up a little taste. So here he is saying you're recording me. Listen to what she says.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What? And who is she talking to? She's literally breaking the fourth wall, looking at us, telling us about the Cheesecake Factory, not looking at him, her date, the man that's going to pay for her, whether she went to Aria, Cheesecake Factory, Bones, flew her to Paris. She should be talking to him. Why are you talking to the camera? Why do you have the camera on? I think it should be a better question. Why do you have the camera on a date?
Problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant.
Okay. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. This is Dear Woke Christian After Dark. She is at the best, a 5. At the best. Right here, she's a 5. I saw her on the other podcast. She was brewing on a 4. She's not stellar. Somebody that got this woman brain going in circles. That she thinks that who takes somebody that looks like this? Baby, you need to be glad you're not at Popeyes. That, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. What? It's my wife calling me. It's Lady Dear Woke Christian. Baby, I am doing a live stream. How are you doing?
I'm good. What did you just say?
I'm doing a live stream right now. Okay. You want to call and harass your children?
I talked to them already.
Okay, I'll call you right back in a moment. Hey, baby, where's our first date? Where did we go on our first date? Do you remember?
We went to that concert. Kirk Carslingers.
Okay, where did we go to eat, though? I don't remember.
Gladys Knight's chicken and waffles and your ex was there.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Okay, bye, baby. I took my wife. Oh, yo, we got to stop. Okay, I remember now. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I took my wife to Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles down on Peachtree Street here in Atlanta, and we ran into my ex-girlfriend. Oh, my gosh. That was the best. Oh, that was the best. We went to a concert. Yep, there we go. I remember now. We went to a concert and Kirk Singers or something like that. I had some free tickets to a gospel concert. And then we went to Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles and ran into my ex-girlfriend. And that thing, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That's my girl. That's my girl. She remembered it. Because it was deep comedy afterwards. Because we had a joke about it. Because afterwards, we were talking to my college roommates, right? And somehow or another, they brought up like, oh, how was the date? It was great. And she's like, yeah, I met Jason's ex-girlfriend. And that was, oh my gosh, that's the best. Oh, I just closed out my screen. What is that? Okay. All right, let's go talk about this girl right here. I promise you, she's a 4 at best.
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Come on, get up on in the car. Yeah, we go.
See, well, why did you have him get out of the car? If you wanted to talk about it and you're going to talk about it, why didn't you just say, hey, let's just talk right now. Don't even get out the car. Like, you could have talked about right there. I think that was uber disrespectful. Personally, I think that was super disrespectful. And I think it could have been, had she gotten out of the car or spoke to him beforehand, he could have known like, oh, this is how she rolls. Okay, well then I can take her to, wherever, a non-chain restaurant or whatever. Maybe he could have, but I think personally, I think she sealed the deal by making him get out of the car. Shout out to the young man. His name is Jay. Shout out to him for not capitulating. He's going to hold his ground. And you're going to see this face right here, this face that she's doing right here, it's going to change. It's going to get real crunchy in a second. But let's go.
I'll talk about it.
Like, that's just rude. That's just disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
You done locked the doors on the man.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it.
Okay. And she's showboating. So I'm sorry. She's showboating on behalf of the audience because when she was talking to the podcast host, she literally said these same things verbatim about what she's about to say right here. But she's showboating for her girlfriends on the FaceTime or whatever it is like that. Let's let it go.
Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date?
Look at her.
Right?
Look at what sympathy should I have for somebody that's literally and not even looking. She's not even looking at the man now. She's only looking at the camera. Like, what should somebody do? How should somebody move and respond to something, this type of behavior? Atlanta must be stopped.
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Baby, you are average on your good day. And today was not your good day. Baby, you are not that. You are not all of that. You're going to be a cat mama having furry babies, that's what you're going to have. Because you're not going to get a man like that. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
And you're courting her.
Here it comes. Shots fired. Courting. Now, that's an old school word for those millennials. Maybe you haven't heard that term before. That's a term that your grandma and granddad used to use when your granddad said that she going steady with him, right? Like that's his girl. He plans to marry her. That was what old school used to say. Like he intends to marry this young lady. So he's walking her down the path of getting to know her better because his intention is to walk down the aisle and live with her forever. Okay. So that's what courting meant. Got it? Now, this dingbat literally on the first day is talking about courting. And in a moment, you're going to say, wait. If y'all are courting, but you wouldn't let the man in your house, y'all is courting, but you came out an hour late. Again, it's going to be real conflicting. Like, wait, hold on. Who's responsible for what? And who's going to be held accountable for what? Let us continue.
Because I get courted.
Baby, you do not get courted. That's the thing. If you got courted, you would be married. Courted is not something that you go do every Friday night. Oh, I'm about to go get courted. So-and-so called me so we can court. Nobody does that. Baby, you are not courted. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, baby. You are not getting courted because you would be married if that be the case. Or you'd be engaged. Or you're cheating on your fiance or the man that's courting you. Baby, you're not getting courted. You are lying. And that was a part of the problem that I noticed. Nobody was calling her out about the fact, baby, you're using words wrong. You're using words incorrectly. That is not how the word is used. I like that was that The Princess Bride? You keep using that word, but I don't think it means what you think it means. No, somebody's taking you on a date. I also want you to ask yourself, look at this man. I'm trying to find a good picture of him. Ask yourself, do you really see this woman wanting to marry this man? This guy, and if you've seen him on any other videos, they're not built the same. She's 6'1". And if this guy, if I'm understanding correctly, he was like 5'7". Not saying that height really matters, but that's a pretty big jump. She's 6'1" and he's 5'7". I'm 5'7". So, I mean, she's pretty tall for a female. I mean, that's cool. But can you honestly tell me that she's looking at this man as a potential life partner? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? So no, I don't think that's the truth. I think she saw him as somebody who can take her out to eat. This is a foodie call, as people are calling it. It was a foodie call. She ain't studying this dude. She ain't thinking about this man as a life partner, to be his helpmeet, to raise a family. No. She's looking at somebody to take her out to eat. A foodie call. She ain't gonna call him next week. That was what this was supposed to be. And she messed up. She fumbled the bag by being prideful, showboating in front of her girlfriends. Let us continue, Jason.
So you're courting her, right?
Nobody's courting you, boo. Nobody's courting you. The dude took you on a date. The guy was interested in you and wanted to take you out on a date. That's it. Stop getting in your no, and all the no. He needs to take you to the doggone animal shelter so you can get a cat, because that's what you're going to have. That's going to be your kid.
You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to
look at that man.
her.
Tell me that this woman is trying to marry that man. Tell me that. Tell me that. She's talking about take care of him and cover him. The man trying to take you out to eat. Y'all not in a doggone war. We're not in famine. What are you talking about? This is not the alien invasion from War of the Worlds. What are you talking about?
Cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And the man has only been in your presence for probably about 30 minutes because you came out on the date late. What are you talking about? Atlanta must be stopped. That's all I got to say. I'm sorry to everybody that Atlanta has unleashed some foolishness on the interweb, and I do apologize to y'all.
I went into this date as I expect, with the expectations for myself to keep you safe, to respect you.
I mean, the guy seems like a very nice man. I didn't see anything about him that was disrespectful, anything about him that was rude, anything about him that was presumptuous or mistreating that woman. He's taking her out to eat. He wants to spend time with her. Oh, because remember, she gets courted. She gets courted. No, she gets courted in her mind. No, there's no way in the world that woman gets courted. I get courted. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
To pay for your food, of course, pick you up,
of course.
And just treat you like a gentleman, which I believe I have done.
I mean, you've been pretty nice, but I mean,
and then
Cheesecake Factory.
On the other hand,
okay, this is the other thing. We know she's stunting for her friends on the Zoom call, right? Can you imagine your friends her girlfriends are supporting this craziness? Like they're actually supporting this. Like your friends are watching you mistreat a date. And they're just like, Kiki Ken, I would love to see what they're posting on the screen that she's looking at. Because she still has not looked at that man. And he's trying to be gracious. I think at this point, still right here, if she had said, "Oh, my bad, let's go on in," I think he would have still taken her in and fed her. But let us continue. She is right. She posing like, "What is that? What is that?" But watch, she gonna learn today.
I have certain expectations for a girl I go out with on the first date. I expect her to be respectful too.
Okay, now listen to what she already told him what she wants. Be respectful, be a gentleman, take care of her, cherish her, protect her. That's the stuff I said to my wife. What are you talking about? I've been married 21 years. Y'all ain't been together 21 minutes yet. This is some dumb stuff. But watch this. As I said before, Atlanta must be stopped.
I expect her to be cooperative.
Cooperative. Look at her. Looking like, what are you talking about? Watch this.
And at least,
What did I do that wasn't cooperative?
Okay, so she's asking a question, and listen to the tone. As she's literally asking the question like, what did I do that was not cooperative? I think that's interesting that she zeroed in on cooperative. I do think that was interesting because she could have just let it slide and not said anything. But she asked the question, and my man, like a boss, he gonna tell her what she did that was cooperative, incooperative.
Well, I mean, like, even like when we were walking to the car, you wouldn't put your hand around my arm or anything like that, or hold my hand or anything like that.
All right, so I was raised that you don't touch people on first date. That was how I was raised. Unless she wanted to, she reached her hand out, you can take her hand and, walk across the street or something like that. Or she wanted to grab your arms and so forth, but you don't initiate it as the man. That's what I was always told. I don't mess with it. And I don't know what they're doing in this newfangled stuff. I don't know what they're doing, but that's how I was told. So I wouldn't have even cared if she didn't touch my arm or she didn't touch my hand, whatever. Okay, fine. But let us continue.
I mean, it's too early for that.
Okay.
I don't know you.
I can respect.
Okay, she doesn't know him. I thought that was adorable. Like, I don't know you, but you wanted this man to spend $400 on the first date. You want this man to cherish you, protect you, take care of you, all this kind of stuff, but you don't know him. And the thing that she's going to say it in a second, he knows where you live, but you didn't let him in your house because you don't know him like that, but he knows where you live. Atlanta must be stopped. Atlanta must be stopped.
I can respect that. When
and again, my guy, at this age in the game, dear old Christian would have been on the sidewalk. I'm in the wind. I'm out of here. There's no way this would have gone this far. No way. No way at all. He is a boss, man. He's teaching me patience right now.
I got to your apartment to pick you up.
Here comes.
You didn't want to invite me in. I can respect that too.
But she let you know where she lived. Like, I don't understand. Like, okay, fine. He ain't come in now, but if he was a serial killer, he knows where you live. Baby, you really fumbled the bag.
We're not
again.
I don't know. There.
Why are you talking to this camera? She looks at him. That's one of the few times where she actually looked at that man. I felt disrespected for him. Like, look at me. He's looking at her. He doesn't have his phone in his hand. He has both his hands free. And this chick is steady looking at the screen. Make this make sense. Yeah, Aria is expensive, Rick. Absolutely. That's where Rick goes. Rick rolls like that, though. So Rick send us your bill from the last time you was at Aria. All right, let's go. Let's go.
And then,
Look at her.
but
I mean, I feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do as a woman.
All right. This is the part that I think really takes the cake. So down in the chat, go ahead and just drop a cake emoji. Let's just drop some cake emojis down here. And just drop a cake emoji, cheesecake emoji, a pie emoji, whatever. Just drop a cake emoji. Make this thing make sense, because I can't make it make sense to me. The hitman cannot make this make sense to me. I'm very, very troubled by this. I don't get it, because this man is taking her on a date. He's again, if anybody has access to this guy, let him know that Dear Woke Christian would love to talk to him. Shoot, he can take me out. I'll go hang out with him. We can go get some wings and we can have a great time. Drop that cake emoji down there. Come on. And I think, if this dude was my brother, if this dude was my friend, I would be very proud of him. I say, man, you was a champ right there, man. You handled that very well. You handled that top tier. And I have no problem. Cake emojis popping and locking. Thank you so much. There we go. Bring that cake up in here. So I think the guy handled it very well, considering all of the disrespect that's coming across. And I just want you to, one more time, try to make me believe that this woman wants to marry this man. She sees this man as a life partner. If that's what I'm supposed to believe, please, oh, please, oh, please tell me what you on so I can get on that stuff. There's no way in the world this woman is looking at this man as a life partner. This is a foodie call if you've never seen one. If you don't know what a foodie call is, this is it. Some woman high on herself, taking out some man, wants some man to take her out to dinner because she don't want to pay for dinner this week. That's what a foodie call is. This is a foodie call. My name is DearWokeC at gmail.com. Feel free to shoot me an email or let management know that you don't like that I said foodie call.
But
I got myself all made
nothing
up.
wrong with it.
Okay, she got herself made up. I'm going to say it one more again. If my wife had come out of the house in that lime green dress with that purple lipstick on, she would not be my wife today. You heard that. Rob knows my wife. Rob is in the building. What's going on, Rob Mays? And yeah, if my bride walked out that door like that, oh, my kids would have a different mama. I'm telling you, that is not a good look. I'm sorry. That is not a good look. And I'm sorry that Atlanta must be stopped. Older women, pull these younger women aside and talk to them. If you are married, if you are regretfully married, if you are unhappily married, I don't know, pull these young women aside and talk to them. Share with them some good, sound advice. Because otherwise, they just take them to the animal shelter so they can pick out their dog and pick out their cat, because that's all they're going to have. Help these young ladies out. That these modern women that embrace this kind of craziness. This man, again, I think this dude was a champ. This dude was a champ to take her out. He had fully intended to have a good date, a good opportunity to get to know her and all that kind of stuff like that. And she fumbled the bag over something insane. First of all, she already live streaming. That's already way out of pocket. I don't even know how many flags on the play we got, but there's a lot of them. Pull these young women aside and talk to them. And by the way, men, if you're married, if you got good common sense, pull some of these young men aside and talk to them and tell them to be like Jay. Be like this guy. This guy was a champ. I'm sorry. Man. I mean, just help him out. Because otherwise, man, we are in trouble. Atlanta must be stopped.
Cheesecake Factory, right?
Yes, there's a lot wrong with the Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, well, look at.
Look
at.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. Y'all, I know y'all have heard this. Everybody has commented before. Cheesecake Factory's on point. I'm sorry. for the Cheesecake Factory to been around as long as it has been around, I'm sorry. It has been, I don't go there all the time, but hey, I've never heard anything bad about it. Shoot, I might go to Cheesecake Factory this weekend just because. In the words of Anita Baker. Okay, here it comes. My guy is about to show her, hey, I was about to take you to this restaurant. Watch her disposition completely flip around. It does a 180 so fast, it broke a land speed record. Here it comes.
My plan, where we were gonna go originally.
Ooh.
See, now
Look at her face. Look at her.
that's where we should have went. All right there. Call him. Call him.
No.
My man. Woo! I've watched this 10 times. I'm telling you right now, every time he says no, it means life to me. Woo! He was not playing with her. He said, no, I'm not doing that. You ain't playing me. No, you ain't playing me like no sucker. No, ma'am. He said, you are not. All right, so real quick. Okay, so Aria, all right. They don't even print there. Like Rick Caldwell, he goes there, man. You know, Rick Caldwell, he about that life. So I'm trying to get on that level. Rick Caldwell, red flag, Rick Caldwell. But they don't even print their prices for their food, but they do print the prices for their drinks. And so he's going to tell her in a second, like, I wanted to go out for drinks with you. And so let's just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so everybody who knows me knows that Dear World Christian doesn't drink. So these prices right here are foreign to me. But so let's just say that they were going to sit down and have drinks. And let's just say most people have 2 drinks before dinner. So that's that's almost $100 just on drinks alone. Now, I don't know what else, if there was other drinks or maybe some cocktails or whatever that they could have had. But if they're just having wine, I mean, that's easily $100 worth of wine right there. So that's why I said I'm pretty sure this would have been a $400 date easily. But let me see if I can go back. So looking at their menu. Yeah, see, they don't print their actual food prices. But it looks like when I kind of scope through it and scan through it, it looks a lot like stuff that you would get at like Bones. And Bones is easily $100 plate restaurant, easily. So by mistake, like this right here, crispy jumbo lump crab cake, you know good and well that's easily $50. You know it. All right, so, and those are their starters. Those are their appetizers. So yeah, he was going to sink quite a bit in here. Now again, I don't know it emphatically, but when you see how their pricings are broke down here, I'm like, well, maybe so. It would not have been cheap. He would not have gotten out for less than $20. I think that's fair. When you see that the drinks would have already been $100, so I think it's fair to say it would have been an expensive date. I think it'd have been an expensive date. So I think that's fair. Let us go back and finish this up. Let's go.
What do you mean no?
See,
Woo! He said, no, look at that face. That face right there. Screenshot that face, y'all. That face right there is the face that everybody needs to remember. If you have a young sister, a daughter, an auntie, a cousin that out here being one of these modern women, show her this face. Because this is the face of somebody that's about to go home and cuddle up with her cat with her fuzzy slippers, because she is not going to eat today. Not from my man, Jay. No, ma'am. Jay is my hero. I salute you, Jay. Let's go.
I specifically told you both yesterday and this morning.
And she's still talking to the phone.
At 4 a.m. At 4 p.m. Right?
Mm.
And I got to your place at 4 p.m. You didn't even come downstairs for another hour.
There's no way I would have been there for an hour. There's no way in the world that the hitman would have been around for an hour waiting. I'm telling you right now, it would not have happened. And not for you to come down here looking like in that green dress with purple lipstick. Man, let me tell you. I'm trying to tell you, my kids would have a different mama. There would be a different woman that calls me her husband, because that would not have been the case. Not a bit. An hour. Yes. An hour, a whole 60 minutes, And most people know me. especially my friends. Again, Rob is in the building. You know me. You know I'm allergic to being late. So I would have already been there 30 minutes to at least 15 minutes early. So I'd have been sitting around for 90 minutes? No, ma'am. Absolutely no. All the no's and noville. No way. I would have been out of here. That date would never have happened. And I'm gonna pay money? Girl, you've been better off. Now, I do wonder if he had told her to meet me there, I wonder would she have been late? If he said, meet me at Aria, just something I'm just thinking about. What if he said, hey, I will meet you at Aria at 4 o'clock? I wonder would she have been late? Just a thought.
So I was waiting downstairs.
Look at her
for
face.
an hour.
Yeah,
Right?
but I wasn't expecting for work to take me so long. I got home a little late. And like I said, I don't know you well enough to invite you up.
But you would know him enough to let him come to your house. I don't think you understand that. Coming in your house at that moment is a non-issue. If he is a serial killer, a cat burglar, a stalker, he knows where you live. It's just a matter of opportunity. Why are you not understanding that? That's just dumb. And it's just rude. She could let that man come in the house, sit on the couch, have a drink while she got dressed. Now, or she could have been on time. That could have been the case as well. When he got there at 4 o'clock, when he said he'd be there at 4, she could have been ready to walk out the door and we would not even know this conversation happened. That man did nothing wrong. Except, I'm sorry, he's put up with it. He should not have waited an hour. There's no way in the world I would have waited a whole hour. I'm sorry, not for you to come out here in this doggone green dress and then purple lipstick. No, ma'am, you would not been.
And that is not possible.
You know what's possible? That's the face of somebody that's about to go home. That's what's
And
possible.
that's why I'm thinking, okay, if we're not there in the relationship.
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about in the relationship because we ain't got no relationship. You literally just met this woman. Yeah, I mean, you've known her for about 35 minutes. Let's give or take a few minutes. There's no relationship. We're literally getting to know each other. That's why this is so quintessentially rude. Like, come on. Atlanta must be stopped. Let's go.
Meet at your apartment, then maybe we're not ready in a relationship for such a nice, fancy restaurant as Aria. Especially if I'm paying for the whole thing.
Come on, boy. He said, look, I'm about to put his money out. I'm about to shell out this money. Look, maybe our relationship ain't there. Look at that face. Oh, look at that face. Oh my goodness. Cause it's so rude. I'm sorry, man. I watched this dude a lot today. And I'm like, that guy right there, bruh, I mean, for real. Somebody has access to Jay. Tell him to dearwokec@gmail.com. We'll hang out with him. We can go get some wings, sit around, watch UFC, and talk about this. I think it would be fun to have a conversation. But he tried his very best to be as gentlemanly as possible. I think most men, especially when they're thinking about the women in their lives, and say, like, I want my daughters, I want my sister or whatever, my cousin, my niece to meet a man like this. And you know what? I wouldn't have any problem with my niece going on a date with this guy. He seemed like a really nice guy. And from the other conversations I've heard, I mean, he sounds like a nice dude. I don't think he would be somebody that this woman wants to marry. I don't believe that at all, by no means. But I think he would have been a good date for her to go out with and meet somebody. And again, I found a young lady who did a YouTube response to her, and she laid it out. She set her straight. So if you think I'm being mean saying she's gonna be a cat mama, just hold tight. We can as well. Let's go. Atlanta must be stopped.
Which I'm still willing to do.
I
I
mean-
would have been.
Okay.
But
My guy.
if we're late, I told
we
you
weren't
twice.
late. It wasn't that late.
We literally
Right, you can't negotiate if they want, and especially a restaurant like this, if they want you to make reservations, they want you to make reservations for a reason. You can't just roll up in there and be like, oh, I was late, an hour late. I want my reservation. No, that's not gonna happen, and she knows that. This is not her first time at a doggone restaurant that required reservations.
left your place at the time the reservation was supposed to be.
Oh,
And I specifically
Jay is my hero. He said, look, we left when we were supposed to be walking in the reservation. We left your house at that time. And listen, he's about to explain about the drinks.
We said 4 because maybe we could get there early and even have some time to get to know each other on the way there and while we're in the parking lot.
I mean,
And waiting for a reservation.
we can still get to know each other. Isn't there another restaurant you can call that, like, you know, the
No.
equivalent to that? I mean,
I literally
you
just
don't
said-
understand.
And I love it. That car done got started and he's about to start backing up. Boy, I am here for it all. Come on, Jay.
Look at me. I cannot go in the Cheesecake Factory.
Why? Why? I'm looking at you. You look like you deserve to be at Cheesecake Factory at best. You look like Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry. What is that? What is that, y'all? Atlanta must be stopped. Y'all modern women, y'all gonna be cat mamas. I'm trying to tell you something. You got a young man that wants to take you out. He clearly is interested in you. And you sitting there talking about, I'm too good for Chick-fil-A. Babe, you better stop clutching them fake pearls and better go get that doggone menu from Cheesecake Factory and be quiet. That's why you went home hungry, because he took you home.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
will die.
This chick said she would die. She would die. See, that's why we can't have nice things. When you want to know why we can't have nice things, point to this woman right here. This is the face. So y'all go ahead and screenshot his face. This is the face of somebody that explains why we can't have nice things. This guy is clearly interested in her. And again, as people have pointed out already, he looks like he has money. He looks like he can take care of her and provide her a good living. She already has a job. He has a job. It doesn't seem like a bad mix. You look right. You look, because you're trying to make a foodie call, boo. And now you're going home hungry.
That's
She's-
embarrassing.
Listen,
Cheesecake Factory is embarrassing. I guarantee you. You know what she did? She did Cheesecake Factory a solid, because all these people are going to be like, yo, Cheesecake Factory is the bomb. I ain't been Cheesecake Factory in a long time. Hey, yo, let's go Cheesecake Factory. That's exactly what's going to happen. Cheesecake Factory going to be, they're going to be doing very fine this weekend. I might go. I might roll up in Cheesecake Factory just because.
as I said, I have very
Look at her face. Y'all make it make sense. Come on. Woo.
certain expectations.
Look at her face.
Yeah.
I can tell it's not gonna be there. And maybe we're not right for each other. So respectfully, I'm gonna just drop you off.
Jay is my hero. There is a hero statue somewhere, and it is a statue of Jay. That guy, come on, man. Talk about holding it. He knows what he's worth. He stood his ground. He did not let her sit there and mistreat him, bully him, abuse him, Jada Pinkett Smith him into taking her somewhere else. No, he said, look, this is where I was going to go. You came out late. So the best you're going to do is get this Cheesecake Factory. I might roll you through Arby's and get you that double stack with curly fries and a Coke. But that's what you're going to get tonight. Come on, Jay. Woo!
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
What?
So,
Look at her double back. Look at her like, wait, hold on now. Hold on, because her stomach is touching her back. Like, hey, wait, I was kind of hungry.
just want to call it a night? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't there some kind of compromise or something?
Atlanta must be stopped.
Ladies, can you believe this?
And she's still talking to the phone. Back it up, boy.
At the parking space.
Yes, he is.
If I don't feel
Woo!
respected, I
mean,
not
That's
gonna
my
go
guy.
the rest
Come
of the day.
on.
Now, look at how, boy, she get real humble. And hey, shout out to my man for holding the line and not capitulating and not being bullied into doing something that he did not want to do, that he felt disrespected. Look, shout out to him. Shout out to him.
I mean, you are serious. You're really leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want this place anyway. Right?
I mean,
You mean good night?
I understand that I was late. I understand that. I understand that I could have been a bit more cooperative. You made some good points. That's why I'm willing to compromise. Are you sure you want to go home?
I don't have a lot of rules. I don't have.
He said, I ain't got a lot of rules. He said, I ain't got a lot of rules, but baby, you done violated. Look at that face right there. Screenshot that face right there. That face right there is a screenshot face. That's it. Oh my gosh.
A lot
Woo!
of expectations for a first date, but I've already set them.
Yes. He's taking you home. That's what you get because you're sitting there live streaming a date. I can't even imagine that. Hey, y'all. Okay, for real. Because I realize I'm older. I'm 50, okay? And I don't know, is this common to be literally live streaming, FaceTiming your date? Is that common? Is that what they're doing now? I'm being for real. I'm not trying to be old fogey. I'm not trying to be a boomer or whatever. That doesn't even make sense. Like you would sit there and be talking to your girlfriends while you're supposed to be on the date. And mind you, you'd have made more eye contact with me than you have with this man that was about to buy you take you on a very nice date. Aria is no punk. So that's not a cheap date. That wasn't a sham restaurant. Is that common? Is that normal? Y'all pull these young women aside and tell them, y'all gonna be living alone. Y'all gonna be, look, you're gonna be the auntie. I'm just saying. Wow. Okay, we're almost done.
And you've broken everyone.
Woo!
I'm
Come
sorry.
on, Jay.
We're dropping you off home.
All right, whatever. Well,
Woo. She took them Deion Sanders sunglasses off though, didn't she? Look at her. Where them sunglasses at now? Where they at, Alicia?
I guess I understand. You got to do what you got to do.
Woohoo! I did hear that.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, y'all write that down. A woman says she's sorry. Y'all write that down. Write that down.
Well, I'm sorry. I understand where you're coming from.
Ooh, that face right there. Y'all screenshot that face right there. Drop me a cat emoji in there because she's going to be a cat mama. I'm sorry. That attitude right there, she gonna be housing cats. I'm sorry. There's no other way around that, man. She gonna be housing cats for the rest of her life. She gonna be a cat mama with that type of attitude. And when I saw the other interview that she did, she ain't really learned nothing. Her behavior did not change. So she deserves this cat emoji. She gonna be a cat mama. So just go on and just, he need to take her by the animal shelter so she can pick her out a cat or 5, because that's all she gonna be is a cat mama. Cat lady in the building. Woo! Y'all, that was crazy. And I think the funny part is watching it with y'all. Because I've seen it before, but it's just like crazier watching it with you all. Like, that's crazy. Okay, but watch this. So I found a young lady who did a response to her. Now, I'm going to tell you again, I found it like 3 minutes before I went live. So there's a couple words in here that are not the best, okay? But I still want to encourage older women who have sense. Please pull aside these younger women and speak some common sense to them. This young lady right here, this is like solid gold wisdom that she dropped. She does, like I said, I do apologize in advance. I didn't have time to bleep out the words, but give me a little bit of grace there if you could be gracious to me. However, what she says is spot on the money. And I think Cheesecake Lady should listen to this one. So let's give her a chance to spin it out.
So I was inboxed the video of the girl that was on a first date and he took her to the Cheesecake Factory and she refused to get out of the car.
All right, real quick, before we go too far, just real quick, can you let me know if you can hear that everything's okay? Yeah, she's going to be a crazy cat lady, bro. She's going to be a crazy cat lady. Absolutely. Yeah, can you just drop me real quick and let me know that you can hear that? I want to make sure, because like I said, she's dropping some gems. Okay, thank you, Chicken Grease. Thank you so much. All right, let's go.
So I was inboxed the video of the girl that was on a first date and he took her to the Cheesecake Factory and she refused to get out of the car.
All right, so here it comes. Listen.
Like, she literally sat there like,
Yes, she did.
I know this mofo didn't just pull up at the Cheesecake Factory. And she did not. She refused to get out the car. How do I feel about this?
All right, break it down.
I feel like we get in our own way of meeting good people.
Come on now. There we go. Modern women are their worst enemies, your own worst enemy. That man wanted to take you out on that date, and you got in your own way by being late, being disrespectful, being uncooperative. DearWokeChristian@gmail.com. If you have a question, comment, concern, let me know. I will gladly talk with you. Where's my email? Bang, there we go. All right, let's go.
I feel like it's very seldom that you meet somebody where you are in life.
Facts.
And I feel like we cut people off, but without even seeing if they could grow with us.
Come on.
I don't think I've ever met a man that I didn't need to take up to the next level. A lot of times, men are the product of their ex, whether it be how they dress, where they want to eat, what kind of cologne they wear, how they wear their hair, etc.
All right. I don't think it's a woman's job to try to change a man, but I mean, I think there's definitely some evidence and some proof and some facts there that women add to a man and make him better. Most of us guys are probably wearing sweatpants and or gym shorts all the time. So if it wasn't for our wives, if it wasn't for our girlfriends, our moms and family members to help push us further in our dress, no question there, no argument there whatsoever.
And then you could get with a man and he could be with you for a minute and then you could change his whole dining experience. I mean, hell, I made my man grow his beard. You know,
Come on
I
now.
love a man with a beard.
Come on.
And I think it looked better on him. His face was a little bit round. Now the beard just make him look distinguished.
Okay. I'm already taken though. So don't be trying to flirt with me. I'm already taken. But yeah, already right there.
My point in saying all of this is nothing really wrong with the Cheesecake Factory. It was
Facts.
still daylight out. Maybe it was a late lunch. Do what you got to do. Sit across the table. See if he's a good guy because you accepted his offer. So it must be something about him that attracted you to him in the first place.
I think it was a foodie call. I think she just saw him as a date to take her out. She knew that he had bread. She realized that he had money. And there we go from there.
After that experience, if he seems like a good guy, then why don't you show him where you like to dine? Why don't you take him to Noble's to get that glass of Chalk Hill Red Cabernet or whatever
that
it
is.
is that you want, and let him know that this is more my style of dining.
I mean, that's wisdom right there. Go with the first date. If it's at Cheesecake, you know that you can't go lower than Cheesecake. Okay? So he won't take you to Arby's because he at least took you to Cheesecake. So at least you can build up from there. Come on now. I'm all about it.
There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to eliminate him because he pulled out the cheesecake, it's not Applebee's. Maybe his ex-girl thought the cheesecake was the shit. And maybe he thought he was impressing you. At the end of the day, if I was him or that was my son or my brother, I would be like, drive her ass home.
Sorry about that.
Because it shows a lot of where she is.
Facts. And he did. Jay, shout out to you, Jay. Yeah.
She's in a superficial stage of her life, and she wasn't even all that.
Come on now.
If you want to.
I told you she was not. And another woman has said that. Another woman is acknowledging that she wasn't all that. She was not. Look at me. I would die if I went to Cheesecake Factory. Okay, let me back that up because I want to let her say that again.
Home.
Right.
Because it shows a lot of where she is. She's in a superficial stage of her life, and she wasn't even all that.
Facts.
If you want to keep it 100.
Come on now.
Okay, but it's really nothing wrong with cheesecake on a first date. And I feel like when you get to that next level, if you feel like he's somebody you're interested in, then you start. We got that thing between our legs. We could get whatever.
Ignore that.
If we do it right in a classy way, you could say, "Babe, I enjoyed, the cheesecake with you, but I would prefer to go over here to the steakhouse, or maybe we could go here, or maybe that next date you could treat and be like, this is more my level of dining." But we need to stop just cutting people off at their knees before even allowing them to walk. Because there's some really good guys out there that are being overlooked because we're limited or we're saying, oh no, this is no good. You got to give these guys a chance. because at least he's taking you out.
Facts.
You know, if not, then just go get you a sugar daddy. And I mean,
And I do not condone you going to go get a sugar daddy. However, I do think that she makes a great point. She's like, and she gave solutions, like go to Cheesecake Factory, but then you facilitate the next date. Go to Cheesecake Factory, but then you plan the next outing. I mean, it could have been like that, but she went home hungry. All because she was conceited. All because she was out there trying to flex on her girlfriends on a live stream, which, by the way, she was live streaming the day. And might I also add, let me also add this. Not only was she live streaming the day, she thought it was appropriate to post it so that everybody could see it. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I mean, it's bad enough that you live streamed it, but then you posted it so that the whole world could see it. That is crazy. Absolutely, unequivocally crazy. But that's it. The modern women, man. Atlanta must be stopped. Absolutely, 82. She's giving some good advice up until, yeah, I know the sugar daddy part. I told y'all it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. But that's what I said. We need Christian women to start grabbing a hold of these young ladies, explaining to them and helping them see that they're going to end up putting they're going to price themselves out of the market. And they're going to end up being in a spot where you done priced yourself to a point where you need a six-figure man, and there's an $80,000 man that was trying to holler at you, and now you out of range or whatever like that. I mean, they're going to end up pricing themselves out of the market. Did somebody say Splenda daddy? A stevia daddy? Y'all out of control. Yeah, Jim needs a Splenda mama. There we go. Yeah, she thought people was going to feel sorry for her, and actually people were laughing at her. The whole town is laughing at you, as Teddy Pendergrass told us. All right, let's see what Robert said. If she has the mindset of giving him a chance, I wouldn't want that either. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would hope that the guy would never go back out with her. Go do something else, my man. Go somewhere else. 'Cause again, there's no way. If you watch, there's another interview that he sat down with another podcaster, him and the young lady in the green dress. They sat down together and talked. And he explained like his family tradition and stuff like that. There's no way in the world that woman wanted to be a part of an Indian family. There's no way in the world. No way whatsoever. Because his family is very close knit. So she would have been going to India once or twice. Yeah, there's no way in the world. Atlanta must be stopped. Stop it. In a business perspective, by the way, I mean, black women have flooded the market and expect high pricing. Nope. They're going to end up pushing themselves out of the market. They price themselves out. Brenda says she's shallow. Absolutely. I'm so glad I'm older. Such a bizarre world now. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like literally, I'm on a date talking with my homies while I'm supposed to be right. I can't imagine that. Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine that. And talking to the people like, oh my gosh, he pulled out of the parking spot. Can you believe we are at the Cheesecake Factory? Can you believe that? What? Like literally talking. That is amazing. That amount of disrespect, and to think that she was the good guy. She positioned herself like she was the victim. She was the one that was being mistreated. Amazing. Atlanta must be stopped. What did you say, Q? And he was even kind enough to correct the podcast when he mispronounced her name. He did. He sure did. Yeah, Q watched that as well. That chick looked like she was I don't think she's not a spring chicken by any means. I don't know how old Jay was, the man, but by and far, that woman was she was north of 30. She was already north of 30. So there's going to be a lot of weird stuff that y'all going to have to work through. I don't know where they do that at God's Fancy Girl. I have no idea. Clearly they do it in Atlanta. Atlanta must be stopped. I still wonder, Rob says, I still wonder if this is staged by two aspiring TV movie actors as a stunt for an audition. Okay. I was saying that most of the week too. I was like, man, that's got to be a stunt. And okay, I believe that you could, it's not out the realm of possibility. We do live in a world that has no shame. We live in a society that has no shame. I just think that there would have been more production. And what I mean by that is she would have shown the restaurant. She would have proved that she was at Cheesecake Factory or whatever like that. I just don't think it would have been that one-sided, if you will. I just think there would have been more to it. I think if they were both in on it, trying to like stunt, I think there would just been a little bit more production. But I mean, I wouldn't be, if it happened, come to find out they really staged it, I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't think it is, but hey. Oh yeah, she's north of 30. She's every bit of north of 30. I would even go and say she might be closer to 40. She didn't look like she was she did not look like she had been courted, as she likes to say, as she said. Or she just looks really rough. I mean, it's very possible. But she called herself she said, I'm beautiful. So I'm thinking that was her best face. And that face right there was easily a 4, maybe bubbling up to a 5. There's no way I would say that woman was sub 30. There's no way. There's no way. But I don't think the guy, I easily would have said he's 35. So fool around, and she did find out. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Oh, yes, you did find out. Okay. Hey, it's very possible that it was staged. I ain't gonna lie. There's a high probability that it was staged. I just don't think the production, I just think they would have put more into the production. Like, for example, I think she would have did a better job of zooming in on him, letting us see him. If this was a production again, or panning the camera to show that she was at the Cheesecake Factory at Cumberland Mall or Cheesecake Factory at Perimeter, whatever. I just think there would have been a little bit more production to it. I'm not saying that it wasn't. I just think that there would have been more production to it. That's all. But again, if it come out next week that it was all a sham just to get some clout, I would not be surprised. He was extreme, and that was the other thing. Like, he was extremely nice to her. And when you hear his rebuttals, like, you didn't grab my arm and you were late, those seem very genuine to me. Those seem like real genuine issues. Like, he sounded hurt. Like, you didn't grab my arm and we're supposed to be going on a date. You wouldn't hold my hand or stuff like that. That seemed genuine. That really did seem genuine. When he came to the window and said, "Are you not going to get out of the car?" He just seemed really honestly surprised. Like, what are we doing? What's going on here? So that's why I don't think it was a skit, because it just seemed really genuine to me. But if I found out it was a skit, them rascals need an Oscar already. They ain't even been in a movie yet. They need an Oscar. And he'd be a really sad actor. All right. Eric said she's a 3. I agree. You add the behavior and the attitude to it, she definitely got to take a point. So no question for me. Jarena says it's a shame if she really behaved that way. I believe she did. When I saw her on the second podcast, the podcast that where the host brought those two together, she literally recited the same stuff. Somebody should be courting me. They should be taking care of me, and this, that, and the other. Like, what are you talking about? So, I think she really believes that. And I think that's part of the problem when all of her girlfriends, whoever it was that was on her phone that she was live streaming to and stunting to, I guarantee you none of them were married. And they all probably say the exact same thing. Ooh, girl, you better, ooh, how you going to the Cheesecake Factory? I believe she said like she would never been able to live it down that she went to the Cheesecake Factory on a first date. That's what she said. So I believe she's in that echo chamber. And I think what most of us don't realize is that that's what these people are in nowadays. They're in these echo chambers where all they hear is this kind of bad advice. Again, like, I can't imagine my homeboys allowing me to behave like that. First of all, like, I can't believe they would allow me to live stream the doggone date. That right there just took, again, there's no way that I would have been there, because she was already an hour late. And everybody knows there's no way I'd have been there for an hour. No way. All right, let's see what we got. Thank y'all so much. Lots of good conversation going on in the chat. That lady makes us women look bad. I'm trying to tell y'all, women, grab these young ladies up and talk to them. Talk them out of this echo chamber. Get them some good, godly woman advice. Men, the same thing. Talk to these brothers, man. Talk to them and help them understand, like, yo, you're going to pricing yourself out the market. And unless you want to go over here to the Humane Society and pick you out a couple of cats or pick you out a fur baby, you might want to start acting like you got some sense. Because otherwise, you're going to be out here looking real special. And like I said, we're going to drop that cat emoji in the building for her. All right. She looked sad at the response video. Oh, almost certainly. Because she got corrected. And again, shout out to Jay for not capitulating and not like trying to let her feminine wiles sway him. He's like, no, I'm about to take you to the crib. I'm about to drop you off. He did not seem shocked about the live stream. He seemed weirded out though, because he's like, tell them I said hi. And so he didn't seem shocked by it, but I do think it seemed weird. But again, if I saw that they met again on a podcast, I don't think they went on a date though. I'm hoping he doesn't take her out. No, internet community rebuked her. Absolutely. Shara says she didn't want to hold his arm because she didn't know him well enough, but was totally okay with showing him all. I mean, really, facts and evidence. Absolutely. Okay. I mean, y'all saying, hey, let me say it one more again. I am totally fine with it being staged. I just want them to win an Academy Award. Because they deserve it. If this was staged, they deserve a reward for sure, a award. But I don't know, man. I mean, either way is a bad look, and Atlanta needs to be stopped. She got that stink attitude demon. Where's Pagani? Alex Pagani, we need you, man. 82 says, I can't go out with you dressed like that. I mean, really, there's no way. I'm telling you, Lady Dear World Christian would not have been dressed like that. That's all I'm going to say. There's no way. Oh, hey, yo, and I was going to talk about the oyster girl. Y'all know about the girl that went on a date with a guy, ate 4 plates of oysters, and the guy left her at the table because she was like eating. She went in. And guess where that was? That was in Atlanta. Atlanta must be stopped. We got to stop. Atlanta, we got to stop. I mean, I agree. But she posted the video. If she just was live streaming it or just FaceTiming her friends, kiki-keying, which again, I think is uber disrespectful. Because you don't even know the guy. That's the thing. Like, it's not like this is your third date. And you're like, oh, yeah, hey, yo, Sabrina says, hey, Jay. Oh, Tasha said, make sure you bring her some ribs back. No, like this, you don't even know this guy. He's trying to get to know you. You're already late. And you bring your round head down here, FaceTiming with your girls in your lime green dress and your purple lipstick. Come on, man. Maybe when they were talking before the date, she was already streaming. I don't doubt it. I bet you she walked out the door live streaming. I'm pretty sure she probably did. What does Grant say? Is this the lady who was miffed that her first date was, yep, that's her. That's what we did. And Grant says, I saw that on SFO's TikTok Tuesday videos. Oh, okay, no. It has amazing political and TikTok related content. Got you. All right. If this was staged, it's like that show Jury Duty. You watch too many shows. I don't know what you be watching, Kiana. All right. Modesty. What? And look, modesty. Look, we need it. We need it real bad. What is this? KWI quit it, Atlanta. Absolutely. Quit it. Must be a ton of California. But y'all keep them. Keep all your Californians. We do not need them. Atlanta is closed. Atlanta is closed. I'm telling you right now. Stop it. She looked fashionably goofy. I agree. And then again, like, if your goal and your desire is to find a life partner, when are you going to start behaving like a wife or behaving like somebody that wants to be selected by a husband? Like, when are you going to do that? Because the behavior that we just saw in that car right there was not indicative of that. And that's why I say, like, godly older women, godly married women need to start pulling these young women aside and shaking them, that foolishness, that modern day foolishness, off of them so they're not sitting here nursing cats when they're 50. I mean, it's just not a good look. If that's where your goal is, then you need to make some different decisions now, because you're going to end up pricing yourself out of the market. And then when you're done with your hot girl summer, you're going to look around and ain't going to be nobody there. I'm just saying. All over the world. We got to start with Atlanta, though. We got to start with ATL. I mean, when they first met, so he was used to her doing the live streaming. So apparently they met at a bar. He was at a friend's birthday party. There was a bar area, and she was over there. He just went over there and started talking to her. That's a short version of the story. Now, I will say, I don't believe that story that he told related to how they met. I don't believe that story. I don't believe it. Now, that story, I think, is staged or made up. Now, I don't know how it works, but make Atlanta modest again. That's what we need. Make Atlanta modest again. We need mama. Make Atlanta modest again, because we need to be stopped. She gonna be right. She gonna go from her hot girl summer to her onesie winter. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Rosemary's granddaughter. I used to tell my daughter that if girls didn't want to be considered part of the buffet, they shouldn't dress like a piece of meat. Come on there, girl. Those are bars, as the kids like to say. Those are bars right there. I like that one. It wouldn't fit on a t-shirt, but hey, I love it. I love it. Absolutely, chicken grease. Absolutely. I agree with you, his servant. Absolutely. So anyway, that was it. I wanted to get over here and talk about that because I saw lots of people talking about this topic, but I didn't see any Christians discussing it. And I thought, we as people of faith, we as people who are in Christ, the body of Christ, should be willing to get into this mix, especially since it kind of talks about marriage. There's a little bit of life partnering there. And it deals with a really dicey issue that we see in the culture, which is women that are doing whatever they want to do and think that men are going to respond in kind. No, they're going to just keep on rolling. And so you're going to end up being single, looking really wild come 3 or 4, 10 years from now. So I just thought it would be fun to talk about it. I appreciate every last one of y'all for watching this and giving me your feedback. Feel free to, thank you so much for giving me your thumbs up. If you want to support what I'm doing at Dear World Christian on Buy Me a Coffee, feel free to do that as well. All those links are in the chat down there as well. I'm going to drop all of my, various and sundries. If you wanted to check out my various social medias, all of those are down there in the chat as well. So I really do appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much, Jim. Bless you. And this was a lot of fun, man. And I just said, like I said, my coach said I need to start doing more live streams. I said, I will be obedient. I will do it. Absolutely. It's still trending all over social media. Hey, because it's wild. It's wild. And let me also say, on the heels of like the Jada Pinkett Smith, this one just caught that wave and just is keep going because Jada Pinkett is wild. She wilding out. People know that there's something not right about the way that she's treating Will Smith. Now, does that mean Will Smith is perfect? No way, not even a little bit. But they know something's wrong. And people saw this woman getting taken on a date and the way she behaved, and they knew something was wrong. I think it's really good for us as Christians to step in there and be like, hey, yo, I can tell you what's wrong. I can tell you what's wrong. We're looking at two sinners that are acting like sinners. That's what's wrong. And help them see and give them guidance, especially as we're talking about things like marriage and Jada Pinkett Smith and Will and their marriage. Like, their marriage is weird, but Can we shed light on what a real marriage is? What is the purpose of marriage? What's the purpose of courting? What's the purpose of a man demonstrating? What is the purpose of my 16-year-old scaring me like that? What do you want?
Sorry. I just wanted to know, can I go with Ella and them tomorrow?
Okay, down in the chat. So my 16-year-old. Okay, so because
Let me plead my case.
no,
Let me
no,
plead my case.
come over here. All right, put a jacket on. All right, everybody, we were about to shut this down, but I'm gonna need some adult supervision. Lady Dear World Christian is out of town, so I'm single dadding for the week. All right, so, all right, here it comes.
She's been gone for 3 months.
She left Monday. I said the whole week. All right, here it comes. So
She's coming back tomorrow. Move.
Okay, everybody, real quick. I have no idea why Trina keeps coming on the show. You just want to do a podcast. You just want to be a podcaster. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You
It's
just
in
want-
my jeans.
It's in your jeans.
What do I do?
Oh, whoa. Hold on 1 second, everybody. I have no idea why that keeps popping up. All right. Go ahead and talk. Make your case.
All right. Hi, guys. So if you guys don't know, I'm a very overachieving student. So for my first block tomorrow, I have my AP Gov class, but it's online because my school doesn't offer AP Gov. Crazy. So my work, I looked at my schedule for the week in AP Gov, and I had a test, and the test is due tomorrow. So what did I do? I did the test tonight, and I got a 92. So yay. I'm maintaining my A in that class. I think I've got at this point a 91 in the class.
Why don't you got a 99? Why don't you got 100? Cheesecake Factory.
Are you done?
No.
Anyway, so I also do theater, and we're having a show tomorrow at school during second and third block. So what my friends are doing is they aren't gonna go to first block, and they're just gonna go like get breakfast or something or like sleep in. And they were like, Trina, do you want to come? Now I'm thinking, I think I should be allowed to go because I'm not going to have anything to do in my first block because I already did the work. And not only did I do the work, I did the work well in maintaining my very high GPA. I am putting in the effort, and I am showing my parents that I do have the dedication, that I can balance both spending time with my friends and maintaining my schoolwork. And I'm taking initiative and being in charge of my own education.
All right, tell them if they think you should be able to go to breakfast, tell them to drop a waffle emoji in the chat. Tell them.
If you think that I should be able, that because of this, I should be able to go to Waffle House with my friends in the morning, please respond waffle in the chat. Please and thank you.
All right, I'll check.
I'm seeing a lot of let her go. Let her go.
Get out of here. Put a yellow school bus if you think she should go to school. Yellow school bus for school. Oh, no. Oh, come on, Caldwell. Brother, come on, man. Oh, Rosemary. Yo, wow. Oh, come on. Nobody. Where the yellow school bus people at? Hold on. We got to get the yellow school bus people. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going to put you on a school bus tomorrow. There we go. I need the bus. Where the bus emoji at, people? Help me out here. Oh, they don't even have a yellow school bus emoji. All right, so, there we go. Jim, my man. There you go. Send me that Cash App. I'll send you some money. There you go. All right, that's fine, baby.
I am an overachieving white person. I can clap on. Beat.
Wait, what? I'm sorry. It's to me they're coming through too
I
fast.
can clap on beat and pronounce at least one person's black name correctly. Say it with me, gang. Trina. Trina.
Goodbye. All right. Okay, that's fine. Tell your friend.
Yay. So Bella will pick me up tomorrow.
That's fine. What time is she picking you up?
6:50.
6:50. Okay, cool deal. Good night, baby. I tell you, man, this is what I let her go. I love it. Yes, she can go. I'm proud of her. That's my girl. Like, she's the only kid that actually asked permission to ditch class. My wife was like, Jason, why is she asking, can she skip school? Like, I don't know. That's our kid. I love it. I love it. Okay, so it sounds like, whoa, that's messed up. That is some serious Trina right there. All right, that's my girl. No school bus, just waffles. I love it. I don't know how the fireworks worked yesterday. I'm trying to figure that out. Where did that come from? And she was here when it happened. I have no idea where that came from yesterday. I'm trying to figure it out. That's my girl. All right. So yeah, that was my point. Tonight I just want to have fun talking about that case because so many people have been talking about it. And I do believe that we as Christians, we as the body of Christ can and should get into this. We should be able to talk about those matters. We can still talk about what thus saith the Lord. We can still talk about what your pastor preached on Sunday. But today, like, hey, man, y'all women are out of pocket. And that's what you get. Wait, there we go. Is that when, how did the fireworks go off yesterday? Okay, so yeah, that was the whole point. What am I doing? There we go. That was the whole point. And I appreciate all of y'all for hanging out with us and making this fun. This was good. This was a lot of fun. Who knows? And I got to go to that show tomorrow. Man, I don't know how I'm supposed to get there. Anyway, I got to go to her show tomorrow. And then it's on Friday and Saturday, man. It's 3 shows. Good gracious. Yes, that woman was out of pocket. That is unequivocal truth right there. God's fancy girl. But everybody, I want to thank y'all so much. I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me. If you have, if anybody has access to that guy, please tell him, man. DearWokeC@gmail.com. I would love to talk to Jay. I would love to talk to him and find out a little bit about him. What's his story? What does he do? Why is he so poised? Because he handled that like a boss. So I would love to talk to him. If you want to support me on Buy Me a Coffee, feel free to do that as well. I do appreciate all of you all and all that good jazz. And then, of course, lastly, if you want to follow me on all of my social medias, there's the links for those as well. I have a Holy Post video coming up on Saturday. We're going to be looking at Jamar Tisby and Holy Post. It's wild. So anyway, my good people, I appreciate you all so much. You all are a blessing. God bless you all. Have a fantastic rest of the week. I'll see you all real soon. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace. We're out.